whoever's tuning in tonight or whenever you find this reading. Welcome, welcome. So what do we need to know about the person on your mind? So the person that you're connecting with in love and romance, what do you need to know? Or what messages of confirmation need to come up for you tonight? So let's see. We have temporary relief. Distractions aren't a quick fix for deeper issues. Okay. So I know that what I'm about to say may sound a bit ironic, but what I'm getting here is that if you've been watching a lot of tarot readings when it comes to love, you know, there's something here to do with distraction and not really wanting to look at what's actually going on. Okay, so I'm not advising against, you know, watching tarot readings when it comes to your love situation. Sometimes we need that extra confirmation or validation because it can get, you know, a little isolating sometimes on this journey. When it comes to certain situations, especially love situations, right? And I feel like there's a group here in the collective where, especially when there is no communication, like you don't know what's going on, you know, you don't know whether how you're feeling or what you're thinking is valid. So I hope that these messages are coming in as a way to confirm your intuition, to offer some support. But I also do not advise, you know, watching love readings all the time, because that could be distracting you from your own personal growth, okay? And there's something about personal growth that is very important in order to make you more magnetic to the kind of love that you need, okay? So we don't want to be focusing too much on the outer world when it comes to, you know, love and relationships, and we want to be pouring more of that attention into ourselves, right? So just something to be mindful of. We also have another card coming out, which is missed chances. Don't have regrets. Cherish your moments together. Okay, especially if there was some kind of situation here that maybe things didn't go wrong, things might have gone wrong, or they didn't go in the way that you expected them to. There's something to do with embracing all of it, right? Like on this journey, there's both positives and negatives, and sometimes we need to be able to cherish both, because both are important, right, for our growth. But let's see what else comes up here. We also have in a fog, fear, obligation, or guilt makes you stay. Get clarity. Okay, so this card came out, I believe it was in the last love reading that I did. And in that reading, I was connecting with a masculine energy, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, but a masculine energy who maybe was staying in a relationship because of obligation, because of guilt, right? It's like, I've already poured so much into this relationship and I need to make it work for whatever reason, either because it's expected of them. If you're the masculine watching, maybe there's something here to do with feeling like you need to show up because it's what you should do, right? Like feeling that other people's expectations of you or external expectations or other people's judgments are going to dictate what you do in the specific love situation. So this is either you as a masculine watching, or this is about a masculine in your life that you're dealing with. Somebody who maybe is staying in a love situation because they feel obligated or they feel guilty if they were to maybe prioritize themselves, put themselves first. Yeah, I do feel like there's something to do with focusing on yourself, right? Like sometimes we think that focusing on ourselves makes us selfish, but I do think that there's something here important for you, the viewer, if you're the feminine watching, or maybe there's a masculine energy here who also needs to prioritize themselves. So right away, that's something here that I'm getting about self-love, right? Because sometimes when we're focusing too much on the other person, right, like we're not really taking care of ourselves. And sometimes love connections tend to mirror to us this kind of behavior that we're doing ourselves, right? So I'm getting here for a feminine that maybe you've been focusing on an external person, maybe this divine masculine, and this divine masculine for whoever this reading is going to be for. They could already be in a relationship where, you know, they're staying because they're focusing on what other people are going to think. There's something here that they feel obligated to. So this is just a message. Maybe it's going to be super specific here for somebody, to where if this is something that you're doing, like you're focusing too much on this person, like the way this person is mirroring you is by staying in a relationship that is no longer good for them. Okay, so just take that as it fits, right? Always check in with your intuition. We also have love's disguise. Go beyond superficial looks and see who they truly are. Okay, interesting, because again, I feel like these are some of the messages that came out last time, because that card came out too. And we also have silent remnants. Amid the uncertainty, love has the power to rebuild trust. Okay, so I'm getting for a group of people here that if you're in separation, or you and this person are not currently communicating, there's something that is happening in the silence. Okay, something that is maybe awakening something in you, and it's like, as long as you keep focusing on the external manifestation of this love or this person, like you're missing the point, is what I'm getting here for somebody. So I feel like this is going to be a message for a group of people. I know sometimes this is not what we want to hear, right? That we need to refocus our attention inward, to pour into ourselves and not focus so much on what is happening externally. But that is what is coming through here tonight. Okay, so there's something here about a connection where if you and this person are in separation and you guys are not communicating, there's something that needs to unfold in the silence. There's something that needs to unfold in this person's absence. And it's like, as long as you are focusing externally, like you're missing the point altogether. Because it's almost like I'm getting something here to do with you and this person. Maybe there is a level of preparation that needs to take place here. But it's like, they need to focus on themselves as much as you need to focus on you. Because if there is a chance that this situation, this love connection is going to work out, it's going to work out because you're coming from an empowered and self-respecting place of prioritizing your needs, prioritizing yourself, because there's something here that is not really healthy. Like with this love's disguise, I feel like somebody here is wearing a mask. Somebody could have lied, cheated, okay? And it's like, in a situation like this, what you can do, even if there is no communication, right? I'm getting like, for somebody here, like there is no communication in the situation, and maybe you're guessing, or you're wondering, or you know, you're overthinking about what's going on in this person's life. And it's like, how are you going to guess what is going on if this person is not acting with integrity to begin with? Okay, so I feel like this is going to be a message here for somebody where you're dealing with somebody who is, you know, not being authentic. Like this person could be hiding something, like there's something about them that doesn't feel right. And I feel like your intuition has been telling you this, like you sense that there's something off with this person or this situation that they're dealing with, especially if they were already in another relationship. Like maybe your intuition is telling you that there's something off about that, but it's almost like Spirit is coming through here to say that it's not your job to figure that out at this time. It's almost like you're being redirected to focus on yourself, because that's all you can do at this time. Like we can only do so much when somebody, you know, is silent, they're not wanting to communicate, or they're acting out of character, which is what I feel is happening here for this person. Okay, so sometimes silence is an answer. You know, sometimes we have to allow other people's behaviors and actions to speak for themselves. And if this person is not showing up for you, like you need to show up for yourself. So bottom of the deck here, we have hidden thorns. Look beyond the romance to discern true intentions. Whew, yeah. Yeah, sometimes we can have, you know, like rose-colored glasses and try to romanticize things, but there's something here where you're being pulled to reality to see things for what they actually are. And it's not to say that there wasn't something real and special between you and this person. if, you know, the both of you had maybe a conversation, or if you were in a relationship, or if something happened between the two of you. Like, it's not to invalidate that, especially if they're wearing a mask here. It's not to invalidate, you know, what's happened between you and this person. Maybe you're right. Maybe you're feeling confused because you're not understanding why they're acting the way that they are right now. But it's like there's something here to do with looking at the whole picture, right? Like, not just the romantic part of the situation, like not trying to romanticize things too much, but to accept the evidence for what it is, even if it doesn't make sense now. Because I do sense that there's something here that is uncertain. Like, this situation has caused some kind of confusion, okay? But it's almost like allowing things to unfold organically. Like, things are going to become clear, but it's almost like accepting the way things are right now, as difficult as it might be. And trust me, I know that it is difficult. I know. You know, I've had to deal with this myself too, and I've had to focus on my own journey, on myself. And I'm at a point where, you know, it's not that I'm not open if this relationship were ever to materialize, but I guess I'm just focusing on me, right? Like, when it shows up, but until then, I'm just gonna do me. So we're gonna clarify some of these cards, but we do have the Ace of Pentacles coming right out, and I haven't even shuffled yet. But we also have the Five of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I feel like this is the regret. There's something here that didn't work out between you and somebody. So there's sadness here. I feel like there's some kind of rumination that is going on, like trying to understand where things went wrong, trying to understand maybe what you could have done differently. But let's see, what messages do we want to ask first? Like, for this collective here, whoever you are, what messages should we ask first about the situation? I feel like we've already acknowledged the most important part of it, which is, you know, needing to prioritize yourself at this time and putting yourself first, especially if there's somebody here who is you know, not really being considerate of you, if that is what is happening here for you. But let's see, what is actually going on, right? Like, in this process, like in this distance, if there is no communication between you and this person, if there is some level of uncertainty here where the two of you haven't really spoken about this, like, what is happening in this in-between? We have the Four of Cups. Okay, I'm getting here that there's something that stands out. There's something very special, because in the depiction of this card, we can see there are 3 cups behind this girl here. And these cups, they all look uninteresting. I feel like there's something here that's captured your attention and your interest in love. And this is all you've been focusing on. Okay? But what I'm getting here is that for somebody, this is more than just the other person. Like, this is about you. Because sometimes when we're wearing, again, these rose-colored glasses, like, we tend to project our expectations, our ideals onto the other person. And it's like, what if you were to cultivate that for yourself? Like, what if you were to reel your energy back in and recognize what makes you special? Right? It's not just about what makes the other person special, and we're not saying that we're discounting the relationship or the connection that maybe the two of you had, but it's like, you know, how do you water yourself? Like, how do you nurture yourself? Okay, and make it more about yourself. So we also have the Seven of Wands. So we do have an energy of protection coming through here. So what I'm getting here for the specific love connection is that even though you and this person may not be talking and you could be in separation, there's something that is being preserved about this connection, right? It's like, if it is true, if it is real, it will stand the test of time. And we also have the Ten of Cups. Yeah, I am feeling here like for somebody that this is real. Like this is a real love connection here for somebody, and you're not wrong in, fantasizing about this person, in thinking that the two of you could build something together. But it's almost like I'm getting with this energy of building trust. It's like, how can you build trust when somebody is not really being forthcoming about who they really are and how they truly feel? So there's something in here about, building a strong foundation with this person. Maybe there's something here to do with trust. But again, like if this love is going to stand the test of time, it's like if there is a real opportunity that this could happen between you and this person, there's something about a foundation here that needs to be built. And I'm getting very strongly here that it has to do with trust. And I'm getting, it's like not just trust in yourself or this person, but most importantly, like trusting the universe, like trusting the way that things are right now, even if they're not, in a way, even if things are happening or not happening in a way that you're happy with. Like there's something here to do with needing to trust the process, because I am getting here for somebody that there is a special love connection and relationship that is being preserved at this time. Okay, so it might not be time yet, but there is something here to do with both you and this person maybe going through your own processes, like you focusing on yourself and just allowing this process to unfold naturally. So what else is going on in this situation, like between you and this person? We have the Seven of Cups. Okay, so this is the card of illusion. Not everything is what it appears to be. Okay, so we already have here with this love's disguise. All right, is that sometimes on this journey, like the divine feminine is the first one to recognize this love for what it is. And usually the masculine is the one who is tested in the physical world with other relationships and other options. Like sometimes they just want to go out and explore their options. Like they think the grass is greener on the other side. And I'm getting like this is a part of the process. Like this is a part of the divine masculine's collective lesson, right? To also learn to discern for themselves. And I think that this is true for the divine feminine too, because it's like even amidst all of this confusion and not really knowing what's going on, like sensing that something is off, like there's something here to do with you trusting your intuition at this time, right? It's like, because I think that when you are connected with somebody on such a deep level, it's like you sense what they're feeling, right? And if this person is, having some type of confusion, like you sense that, because they could be projecting an image that doesn't feel congruent with how you feel. And that's where, the universe is coming through here to say that you need to trust how you feel. And I think that as divine feminines, this is a very important lesson that we learn along this journey, is to not get fooled by, the looks of things, right? To be able to trust how we feel, to be able to trust our intuition. And I feel like we're way ahead of the divine masculine collective in the beginning, right? Like again, like I said, we're usually the ones who are able to discern, like we're usually the ones that recognize this love right away. And it takes the masculines like some time here to be able to catch up. And I feel like that's probably what's happening here for a masculine. Like maybe they're caught up in some kind of illusion. They think that everything that glitters is gold. But again, there's something here about this true love that must stand the test of time. And I feel like that's how this masculine collective is able to discern that this is the real deal. Like this is their 10 of Cups, right? It's knowing that this love stands the test of time, right? Like no matter how many options they entertain, it doesn't matter how much time goes by. It's like you're the person, divine feminine, that they will always come back to. And there's something here to do with you getting, getting some kind of comfort in that knowing, right? Because I also feel like as part of this journey, it's like as divine feminines, we have to become comfortable being our feminine energy. And our feminine energy is open, it's flexible, it's receptive, it's nurturing. And instead of outsourcing that energy, you know, towards this external person, like, we're being called to pour back into us, right? Because as we step more fully into this divine feminine energy, like, that is a very unique energy signature. And the Divine Masculine Collective responds very positively towards that energy, because it's not like any option, right? It's like, yes, you have all of these different cups, and I feel like for you, Divine Feminine, like, you recognize they're like, yeah, I could have options, but I know that there's something here that stands out for me. And I feel like with time, the Masculine Collective will catch up to that. Like, they will understand that as the Divine Feminine steps more into her essence and she's embodying this beautiful energy and she's becoming more authentic and she's not afraid to shine her light, like, he'll be able to see through the illusion, right? So there could be a lot of options here around them, but they will know, like, with time, they will see that there's this one cup that actually stands out. Okay, but it's only going to happen if you focus on yourself, if you keep pouring into yourself and loving yourself, because that is what is purifying your energy so that you can more fully embody this energy of the Divine Feminine. Okay, so the other card we have here is the Temperance card. So there's something here to do with balancing your energies. Yeah, I'm getting also like balancing your internal Divine Feminine and masculine energies here as well. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. So there's something here about your intuition. So, excuse me, for whoever I'm connecting with, like, please don't gaslight yourself. Like, don't second guess yourself. If this is what the masculine is wanting to do, trust me, let them do whatever they're gonna do. They need to go through their own process, but that doesn't mean that you're going to, you know, stop your life and stop focusing on yourself, waiting for this person to come back. Okay, it's like, really, like, I am saying this because this is what I've been working through. Okay, so really continue to, you know, focus on yourself. Like, if there's something here that is off, like this masculine, they may feel confused, like, let them do what they're gonna do. I think that the more we try to interfere with this process, the more we try to control it, the less connected we are with our divine essence, like the essence of the Divine Feminine. And the more we try to control the situation, the more they run away. So I don't know who this message is going to be for, but if this is for you and you're dealing with this masculine who is maybe caught up in some kind of illusion, you know, keep focusing on you, because the more you focus on yourself, because if you know, if this love is real, which I'm seeing here that it is, like, they're going to sense the shift in you, and there is nothing at that point that is going to fool them, you know, when it comes to these different options and illusions here. Like, they're going to be able to see you and recognize you for who you are. But in the meantime, keep pouring into yourself, keep, you know, sharpening your intuition, and, you know, work energetically as opposed to externally, because it is your energy that is creating this miracle. All right, so all right, so I'm going to leave this here for now. I may do an extended for this, and if there will be an extended, I will link it down below. But for whoever this reading was for, keep hanging in there. I know that this process is very difficult, but this is such a blessing. Like, this is how you're gonna grow. And, you know, when you look back to the situation, you're gonna be like amazed at the progress that you made. And I'm telling you, like, it's going to get to a point where your self-growth, like your self-love, is going to become more important than anything. And you know what? That is what makes you even more attractive. Okay, all right, my friends. So yeah, so I'm gonna leave this reading here, and I hope to connect with you again in the next one. Bye bye.